Welcome back to the Oracle of Wealth, your premier daily cosmic guide to financial success. Today is Saturday, June 6, 2026, and we are waking up to a radically altered economic reality following yesterday's shock non-farm payroll report. With 172,000 new jobs added, the economy has effectively ignored the Fed's restrictive policies, forcing bond yields to skyrocket to 4.54%. This is the hot economy paradox. Good news for labor is turning into immediate pain for high-growth tech and speculative crypto assets. As interest rate hike odds climb, institutional smart money is executing a violent rotation out of AI-exposed tech and into defensive value sectors. The volatility regime has officially shifted. Let's decode your exact 60-second daily horoscope tracker and your winning lucky numbers to navigate this liquidity squeeze today.
Aries, your third house of commerce is facing a direct confrontation with reality today. Yesterday's blowout jobs report makes it clear that the easy money era of cheap borrowing is effectively dead for the remainder of this cycle. With bond yields climbing rapidly, your immediate focus must shift from speculative expansion to operational survival. Your explicit financial ritual today is to conduct a stress test on your business ledger, identify every single expense that relies on external credit and find ways to replace it with self-generated liquid cash flow. Do not be tempted by the dip in tech prices. Those sectors are facing a long, systemic repricing phase. Instead, pivot your energy toward high-utility, essential services. Protect your margins, demand upfront payments, and build a fortress-like balance sheet while your competitors are still blinded by yesterday's market fog. Your lucky numbers are 8, 17, 26. Taurus, the planetary transits are locking your second house of net worth into a state of extreme defensive positioning. The surge in Treasury yields to 4.54% means your natural Earth sign preference for cash-heavy, low-risk assets has suddenly become the smartest play in the entire financial ecosystem. While the retail public chases falling tech stocks, elite institutional investors are aggressively rotating into defensive value stocks and short-duration, high-yield debt. You must mirror this playbook within your private accounts this Saturday. Your explicit financial ritual today is to purge all lifestyle creep from your household ledger and reallocate your surplus capital into an untouchable, inflation-protected repository. Secure your perimeter, ignore the mainstream media noise, preserve your core equity, and wait for the broader market correction to settle. Baseline security is your greatest asset in this high-rate regime. Your lucky numbers are 5, 14, 23. Gemini, the sun is generating intense voltage directly inside your first house of personal identity, but the cosmic environment has shifted from growth to preservation. Yesterday's NFP data report has fractured the market's AI bull narrative, and your intellectual versatility must now be deployed as a tactical weapon, not a tool for speculative gambling. A connection or communication over the weekend holds the key to a defensive pivot that could shield your income from the coming rate hike volatility. Your explicit financial ritual today is to formalize your operational blueprints and pitch a stability-first consulting offer to a high-net-worth partner. Do not waste energy on hype-driven projects. Build ironclad structures that solve immediate, real-world problems. Command your professional value, double down on high-utility output, and scale your revenue by delivering results that institutions can actually bank on. Your lucky numbers are 3, 12, 21. Cancer, while the public forum is reeling from the 172,000 job surge, your true wealth leverage is operating entirely behind closed doors. The market's reaction to the NFP report confirms that high interest rates are here to stay, and elite institutional whales are currently moving massive liquidity into private trusts to avoid the public's panic. You must manage your personal capital with this exact level of strategic discretion this morning. Your explicit financial ritual today is to execute a rigorous digital security encryption sweep across your financial portals and completely isolate your liquid reserves from any volatile, high-interest-bearing joint accounts. Do not seek external validation or debate your economic moves with colleagues this weekend. Insulate your private financial sanctuary, trust your internal radar, build in total secrecy, and allow your protected assets to compound in absolute silence. Your lucky numbers are 9, 18, 27. Leo, your 11th house of elite professional networks is carrying an intense charge, and the post-NFP market environment demands that you step forward as the voice of economic sanity. While tech managers are scrambling, institutional investors are desperate for leaders who can provide data-backed stability in a higher-for-longer rate world. Your explicit financial ritual today is to publish a bold, analytical take on the current market rotation or pitch a massive, defensive joint venture strategy to a key business partner. The market is starved for authoritative, long-term direction right now, not more hype. Command the floor, project absolute mathematical certainty, dominate the professional narrative, and let the incoming institutional capital naturally align with your vision. Your leadership as the anchor your network needs to stay calm and stay profitable this month. Your lucky numbers are 1, 10, 19. Virgo, your unmatched capacity for deep microdata analysis is the ultimate weapon in this new, high-rate economic landscape. Mainstream outlets are ignoring the underlying liquidity rotation revealed by the jobs report, but your 10th house of career legacy is forcing you to see the systemic shift. This data disconnect is your opportunity for a massive professional elevation. Your explicit financial ritual today is to execute a ruthless, line-by-line weekend audit of your business overhead and permanently eliminate every single administrative inefficiency that cannot survive a 5% interest rate environment. As institutional money flows toward traditional infrastructure, your enterprise must operate with absolute, razor-sharp precision to capture the inflow. Protect your margins, optimize your budget software, maximize your personal output, and prepare your expanding empire for a major structural upgrade. Your lucky numbers are 4, 13, 22. Libra, the weekend planetary transits mandate that you permanently abandon localized domestic anxieties and aggressively adopt a comprehensive global framework. Yesterday's blowout NFP report proves that the U.S. economy is currently decoupled from the slower growth global trend, activating your 9th house of international commerce and cross-border assets in a new way. If you remain entirely reliant on U.S.-based tech stocks, your portfolio will face unnecessary friction as the Fed is forced to tighten further. Your explicit financial ritual today is to spend 1 hour deeply researching international defensive real estate trends or foreign currency-backed logistics networks. Diversify your geographic exposure immediately to immunize your capital against localized interest rate shocks. Balance your internal scales by expanding your external horizon. The global wealth is waiting. Reach across the border and secure your ultimate sovereignty today. Your lucky numbers are 7, 16, 25. Scorpio, you are the absolute master of turning market chaos into personal fortune, and yesterday's NFP Shockwave drops you directly into your native element. The divergence between the surging Dow and the collapsing semiconductor sector is exposing massive structural arbitrage windows inside your 8th house of passive wealth architecture. While retail traders scramble blindly to catch falling tech knives, elite whale networks are quietly shifting billions into high-yield corporate bonds and defensive real estate instruments this weekend. Your explicit financial ritual today is to dive aggressively into the raw microdata of your contracts, crypto wallets, and joint holding agreements. Locate the specific hidden clause or liquidity gap that the panicked public has entirely overlooked. Move with absolute discretion, ignore the noise, and secure the bag in total silence. You are the predator in this volatile market. Your lucky numbers are 2, 11, 20. Sagittarius, the cosmic transits are moving across your 7th house of strategic business alliances, and yesterday's jobs report makes it clear, the era of casual business is over. With the economy running hot and the Fed likely to hike rates, verbal agreements are now a catastrophic financial liability. Your explicit financial ritual today is to establish ironclad, non-negotiable legal boundaries regarding your professional time, equity, and capital assets. Refuse to advance any business project or partnership next week without signed documentation and a verified deposit in place. Demand absolute structural clarity from your partners, and ensure all financial milestones are set in stone. The cosmos promises massive growth, but only if your legal foundations are bulletproof. Protect your signature, defend your market value, and stop negotiating against your own interests. Your lucky numbers are 6, 15, 24. Capricorn, you cannot scale a global empire if your daily operational mechanics remain bound to unorganized, manual tracking systems. Yesterday's NFP report proves that the institutional elite are aggressively reallocating capital to survive a high-rate world, meaning that automated, liquid workflows are now the mandatory standard for every serious business. Today, the planetary transits target your 6th house of administrative tracking and daily routines. Your explicit financial ritual today is to implement a rigid, computerized cash flow tracking tool or completely automate a tedious, manual administrative task. By entirely stripping away your operational drag this weekend, you instantly unlock the mental bandwidth required to execute major physical capital plays next week. Structure is your premium currency. Build your foundation now and watch your efficiency lead to exponential gains. Your lucky numbers are 8, 17, 26. Aquarius, a high-voltage surge of visionary brilliance is electrifying your fifth house of speculative assets and digital branding, even as the broader market enters a defensive posture. On-chain network trackers have flagged massive whale wallet transfers moving into decentralized protocols, showing that alternative finance is positioning for a major move post-jobs report. The cosmos is handing you a clear green light to break free from traditional economic models, but you must be strategic. Your explicit financial ritual today is to draft a comprehensive risk model for an unconventional, technology-driven asset concept. Do not gamble blindly under this transit. Back your unique genius with hard, empirical numbers. Innovate systematically today. Map your parameters, lean into decentralized liquidity, and collect your returns within defined, protective risk boundaries. You are the architect of the new fiscal future. Your lucky numbers are 4, 13, 22. Pisces, your primary cosmic directive today remains absolute domestic security and foundational asset insulation. The massive shift away from AI-hyped tech stocks proves that institutional capital is fleeing speculative danger to chase defensive utility yield, showcasing a clear systemic movement that requires immediate baseline protection. Before you deploy capital into the open markets next week, your private sanctuary must be fully protected. Your fourth house of real estate and core structural assets is holding the heaviest protective charge today. Your explicit financial ritual today is to execute a physical security upgrade to your property or transition a portion of capital into an untouchable, long-term vault. Block out the external market anxiety, ground your energy, insulate your baseline, and watch your assets compound in complete, tranquil peace. Your lucky numbers are 5, 14, 23. If your birthday is today, Saturday, June 6th, you are entering an extraordinary year of professional integration and financial scaling. Born during this volatile market shift, your next 12 months will be completely defined by operational versatility, institutional networking, and the mastery of multiple revenue streams. The cosmos is explicitly demanding that you shatter any remaining reliance on a single, fragile source of income. This year, your rapid cognitive processing is your highest value asset, and you will find incredible success by connecting technological automation with your personal brand. Trust your sharp intellect to identify emerging global economic trends long before the general public, build unyielding legal and operational foundations, and watch your net worth multiply rapidly over the next 12 months. That completes your daily financial horoscope for Saturday, June 6, 2026. The NFP Shockwave is live, and your willingness to adapt this weekend determines your financial altitude for the rest of June. To lock your accounts into today's wealth frequency and support our growing community, drop your sun sign and your lucky numbers in the comments below with the word dual. If you are ready to stay one step ahead of the institutional money shifts, hit that subscribe button right now, turn on your daily notifications, and I will see you tomorrow morning for your next reading.